Arsenal rescued a 2-2 draw against Bayern Munich as Leandro Trossard's late leveller stopped Harry Kane making a triumphant return to North London in Tuesday's Champions League quarter-final first leg. Trossard came off the bench to equalise in the closing stages at the Emirates Stadium after former Tottenham striker Kane put Bayern 2-1 ahead with a first-half penalty. Fans in the 60,000 sellout crowd were relieved to be able to focus on a pulsating clash after security was increased at Champions League games this week. A media outlet supporting the Islamic State group published threats against stadiums hosting quarter-finals this week. UEFA, European football's governing body, confirmed it was aware of the threats, but the ties at the Emirates Stadium and in Madrid, where Real drew with Manchester City, both went ahead as planned. Arsenal had taken an early lead through Bukayo Saka before former Gunners winger Serge Gnabry put Bayern back on level terms. Kane scored a North London derby record 14 goals against Arsenal during his time with Tottenham, making him an inevitable target for taunts for Gunners fans, when Kane bagged his 6th career goal at the Emirates and his 39th in all competitions in his first season with Bayern. It seemed the England captain would have the last laugh, but Trossard's dramatic intervention leaves the tie delicately poised ahead of the second leg in Munich on April 17. Premier League leaders Arsenal have been in superb form this season, while Bayern are on the brink of surrendering the German title for the first time in 12 years after a brutal domestic campaign, but, playing in the Champions League quarter-finals for the first time since 2010, Arsenal looked unusually hesitant at times and will be relieved to have emerged with their hopes of a first European Cup still intact. Mikel Arteta's men took the lead in the 12th minute, showing the intensity and poise that had led Bayern boss Thomas Tuchel to label them the best team in the Premier League. Saka started Arsenal's high press, winning the ball deep in Bayern's half before Ben White's return pass picked out the England winger in the area. Saka's strike was unerring, flashing low past Manuel Neuer into the far corner for his 18th goal in all competitions this term, but Tuchel's side exposed a rare moment of naivety from Arsenal to draw level. 6 minutes later, Arsenal's Gabriel Magalhaes carelessly surrendered possession and Bayern pounced as perfectly weighted passes from Leroy Sane and Leon Goretzka picked out Gnabry, who deftly guided his shot past David Raya from 12 yards. It was the first time Arsenal had conceded at home in the Champions League this season, and Raya had to pick the ball out of his net again in the 32nd minute. Leroy Sane's dazzling burst through the heart of the flat-footed Arsenal defence was only halted when William Saliba's crude challenge conceded a penalty. With boos ringing around the Emirates, Kane kept his composure to send Raya the wrong way from the spot before aiming a broad grin at the Arsenal keeper on his way back to the centre circle. In an inspired tactical change, Arteta sent on Trossard and Gabriel Jesus in the second half, lifting Arsenal out of their lethargy in time to snatch a 76th-minute equaliser. Jesus was the catalyst with a superb surge into the Bayern area that ended with a pinpoint pass to Trossard, who gleefully slotted a fine finish past Neuer. Arsenal were furious not to be given a penalty in the final seconds when Neuer caught Saka in a fitting denouement for a tie on a knife edge.